right, so I just want to make this quick video. How many women worldwide are single moms? Because you have black women in the United States being told by people like Dr. Umar and the other brothers who try to support him that everything is black men's fault, and the reason our women disrespect us is because they've had to be single moms. So the women in Africa, their men are so much better, and that's why they don't disrespect their men over there. So we're going to see if that's true. Watch this here. Washington, D.C. Gallup finds that about 1 in 8 women aged 18 to 60 worldwide, 13% are unmarried and have children younger than 15 in their household. However, this figure is sharply higher in a few regions, especially Sub-Saharan Africa at 32% and Latin America at 24%. Now let's focus on this left column here that says single with children in the household. Women's family status by region. In other words, this is the percentage of single mothers. The world percentage is 13%. Sub-Saharan Africa is at 32%. They're the highest in the world, having the highest percentage of single mothers. So much for the men over here are so bad and the men over there are so good, right? What's their excuse? Latin America, 30%. US and Canada, 19%. So you'll say, oh, well, brother, it's a higher percentage of black households. It's like 72%. Well, I wonder why. Could it be that it's so few of us because so many millions of us have been aborted, right? So let me give you some common sense mathematical examples. There are more white people in the United States than there are black people, right? Just to make it plain. Let's use these numbers. 10% of 1,000 is 100. 10% of 10 is 1. So if you have 10 black people and one of those households is a single mother household, that means 10% of our people have single mother households. But 10% of 1,000 is 100. So you could have 70 white households that are also single mom households, but it'll still be a lesser percentage than us. So you got to stop looking at the percentages and look at the actual numbers of people, right? Then it's going to put it in perspective. But you don't want to do that. Nor do you want to look at the new Jim Crow mass incarceration, which intentionally was created by the government through the FBI, right? To make sure that drugs went into our communities and then make sure that we got more time in prison than white men who committed the exact same crime. Facts. A black man went to prison, became a felon for a drug usage, stay in there for several years, get out and can't vote and can barely get any job at all. A white man gets caught with the same amount of drugs, get a slap on the wrist, get out on probation, still can go to college and get a job. Facts. If you don't believe it, read The New Jim Crow or listen to the audiobook by Michelle Alexander, right? I gladly tell about her name in books for free because she is a hero to me. Not a heroine, she's a hero to me. You understand? Because she was the sister whose mother happens to be white. Look at the irony. Her father is black, her mother is white, but she's been speaking up for brothers for years, over a decade now, right? Explaining about the new Jim Crow mass incarceration. And that's the real reason for the increase in single mother households in our community. So the women in Africa, even though they have the highest single mother household percentage in the world, they still know to watch their mouth and to not disrespect their men. So for you black women over here in the United States, if you want to be foolish and listen to people like Dr. Umar and think that you can run your big mouth and that's going to get you married and happy, keep thinking that. But here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to start coming up with solutions because you people say we need to put in that work. All right, here's one solution for any man under the sound of my voice. Don't donate to the sperm bank. If you have done it, don't ever donate again. This whether you black or white, by the way, because your women are going to start doing this to you more and more, the more feminist they become. They're going to destroy your households too. They just destroyed the black man's house first. They're coming for the white man next. Understand that, because they're against men in general, because they hate God, who is our Father. They hate anything that resembles the authority of the Heavenly Father. So I'm telling you, black men and white men, look, and any Asian men who are over here and doing well, don't donate one drop of sperm to any sperm bank ever again in your life. And make sure that all of the women who want equal pay and equal rights on these jobs, when it's a corporate office cushy job, make sure you leave space for them on these ditch digging jobs, sledgehammer swinging jobs, jackhammering jobs in the concrete, coal mining jobs, hardcore blue collar jobs in the cold and in the heat that men do. See if Becky and Amber or any of our sisters who want to be feminists want equal work and equal pay in these hard ass jobs that we do in the hot of the summer and the cold of the winter, right? You know the majority of them don't want that. But you got ignorant women like Megan Thee Stallion calling us N-words and saying how she wants us but don't need us. You can't make this stuff up. Not knowing that a real man doesn't want a whore for a wife, because you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Facts, right? We don't give a damn how much money you got because you shaking your ass on stage. Your thought-based income doesn't impress us, right? Income gained by intellect, innovation, wisdom, creativity, right? And I'm not going to go into the specifics of how to do that right here because I might help somebody that don't deserve it. You understand? You people are so bad. You hate black men over here, but you really hate men in general. But I tell you what, if all of your men leave, if all of your men die, if you oppress all of your men and take away their power, you will be overthrown by a foreign invader very soon. So remember that you don't need men and hate men if Russia decides to go to war with the United States. That's for Megan Thee Stallion and anybody else that's like her. Make sure you don't need men when they start dropping bombs in a city near you, right? Make sure you don't need men if there's anarchy in the streets and there's no electricity on because all hell is broken loose. Don't look for no man to help you then because you don't need us now. Don't need us then either. So now we all know this is complete and utter bull and insanity. Of course women need men. So men, stop donating to the sperm banks. Don't have sex with a woman if she ain't good enough to be your wife because you're going to get trapped. Do those two things, I could give you way more. If she ain't good enough to be your wife, don't have sex with her. Don't do it because you will be trapped. Because if she doesn't use her 10 or 20 forms of birth control she has available, she gonna say it's your fault that you got her pregnant even though she had way more birth control options than you. So with that said, I need Dr. Umar or any of you that love him, since you like to talk so much, put in the comments why these women in Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, are not talking crazy to their men, even though it's more single mothers over there than it is over here. You see it, 19% in the US and Canada, but 32% over there. And what year was this study? From 2014 to 2018, so it's still recent, only 5 years ago, because this is 2023 as the date of this recording. All right, so I'm out. Have a good day.